Nathan Pierce, a man of logic and reason, scoffed at the supernatural. A seasoned journalist, he dealt in facts, not phantoms. Yet here he was, staring at Greythorne House, its silhouette stark against the twilight sky. The house was an imposing Victorian mansion shrouded in an eerie silence that spoke volumes. Its windows, like vacant eyes, seemed to follow his every move. Locals whispered of the Greythorne House, a place where shadows danced and voices lingered, a place where the past refused to die. Nathan, ever the pragmatist, dismissed these tales as mere superstition. He rented the house, seeking solitude to fuel his writing and perhaps to debunk the myths that clung to the old mansion. As he crossed the threshold, a chill wind slammed the door shut. It was an unexpected welcome. Unnerved, Nathan turned the rusty key in the lock. He was alone. Or was he? The first night was quiet, eerily so. The silence was almost deafening. Nathan tried to focus on his writing, the tap-tap-tap of his keyboard a counterpoint to the stillness of the house. But a faint sound like the rustle of silk drew his attention. He turned, his heart pounding, but found nothing. The next day, the whispers began. They were soft at first, barely audible murmurs that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Nathan, ever the skeptic, tried to rationalize them, attributing them to the creaking of an old house or the wind whistling through the eaves. But the whispers persisted, growing stronger, clearer. They spoke of a woman, a name whispered on the breeze. Eleanor. Who was Eleanor, and what was she trying to say? Driven by a journalist's curiosity and a growing sense of unease, Nathan delved into the history of Greythorne House. The librarian, an old woman with knowing eyes, seemed unsurprised by Nathan's inquiries. She led him to the archives, her silver bangles jingling softly, and produced a dusty file, the Greythorne case. Nathan's pulse quickened as he opened the file and saw a faded photograph of a beautiful woman with sad eyes, Eleanor Greythorne. As he delved deeper, he found himself drawn into a tale of love, loss, and maybe, just maybe, murder. Eleanor, a young widow, had disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and rumors. The whispers intensified, swirling around him, their urgency palpable. "Find her," they hissed. "Find the truth." A peculiar scent lingered in the air, a sweet floral aroma, lavender. It was everywhere, clinging to the curtains, permeating the air. It was Eleanor's favorite scent, the whispers revealed. The scent of lavender became a haunting reminder of the mystery that shrouded Greythorne House. Section 4. Shadows of the Past. Days bled into nights. The whispers grew more insistent, leading Nathan on a chase through the darkened corridors of Greythorne House. He felt a presence unseen but palpable, guiding him, urging him forward. He uncovered a hidden room, its entrance concealed behind a tapestry. The air was thick with dust and the scent of lavender. In the center of the room stood an antique vanity table, its silver-backed brush gleaming under the dim light. A chill ran down Nathan's spine as he realized the significance of the whispers. This was Eleanor's room. As he picked up the brush, the whispers reached fever pitch. They swirled around him, a vortex of sound and emotion. And then in a flash of clarity, he understood. He saw what had happened that fateful night, saw the betrayal, the rage, the despair. Section 5. Eleanor's fateful night. Eleanor, still mourning the loss of her husband, had fallen in love again, this time with a charming but deceitful man. He had promised her the world, but his intentions were far from honorable. He was after her fortune, and he would stop at nothing to get it. On that fateful night, he had lured her to her room, the scent of lavender heavy in the air. He had seduced her with sweet words and empty promises, his eyes glinting with avarice. And then, when her guard was down, he had struck, ending her life with the silver-backed brush, her screams for mercy swallowed by the walls of Greythorne House. He buried her body in the garden, beneath the lavender bushes, her favorite place. The whispers subsided, their tale told. Nathan, shaken to his core, now understood the truth behind Eleanor's disappearance. He had sought to debunk the myths of Greythorne House, but he had uncovered a tragedy far more real, far more terrifying. Section 6. The Vanishing Point. Nathan, compelled by a sense of justice, contacted the local authorities. He led them to the lavender bushes, the scent overwhelming, and watched as they unearthed Eleanor's remains. Justice, though delayed, would be served. But what about Eleanor's restless spirit? That night, as Nathan sat in his study, the whispers returned. They were different now, no longer mournful or vengeful, but resigned. "Thank you," they breathed, the scent of lavender heavy in the air. And then, silence, more profound than ever before. The next morning, Nathan was gone. He had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only the echo of his presence. His typewriter sat on the desk, a half-written story still in its carriage. A single lavender flower lay on the keyboard, a silent testament to the house's enduring hold. The house, it seemed, did not release its inhabitants, not entirely. It kept their stories, their secrets, and sometimes even their souls. Greythorne House stood silent once more, a solitary silhouette against the fading light, its secrets safely locked away, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross its threshold.